Hello everybody. Now we're still on the one take due to IT issues. So I'm going to be showing you today how we are planting our cucumbers in. I've got some female F1 cucumbers. I've only got 3 of them this year. Because you get about 12, 15 off each plant in successions. Sometimes you'll get more than that. A couple of years ago we got about 20 odd off each plant, and they were decent sized cukes over a period of about 6 weeks. It should be starting to be able to harvest them at the end of June, about a month from now, and then that should carry on into July, August, and then by sort of September they'll be dying off a bit. But I'll show you. So we've got these setups. Here's one I've completed, but here's another one. Now what we use is the Asda buckets. We cut the bases off the Asda buckets, the cut flower buckets, and we use those as an in-ground house for the cucumber plant. I'll show you the base. I'm just sat on my bum now in the tiki tunnel too, but I'll show you what I mean. So the base is something like this, which is kind of half an Asda bucket. So trimmed off the bottom of it there. Those are riddled into the ground, and then I've topped it off then with new compost. So I've scraped out some of the old dry stuff and put the new compost in there, just as a nice environment for them. But in order to water those roots, what we want at this stage is the roots from the plant. I'll show you on this plant, which I haven't done. We want the roots to spread their little wings underground. So if I just pop him out, you're not supposed to do it by the stem, are you? But I'm very gentle, me. You'll see there that it's a bit root bound. So what I'll do is I'll loosen that up and tease those roots out a little bit, and then pop him in. So we've got a I'll just lay him down there a little bit. Maybe not. That was a silly manoeuvre, wasn't it, boys and girls? Difficult to do with one hand, this. There's his pot, and the pot makes an impression in the soil. So when I'm filling it up, I just put the pot in to the depth that I want it, fill it all off on the top, and then smooth it off like that, and then you can just pop that out, and you've got a perfect mould, if you like, for that. But like I say, what I'll do is I'll pause you for a second, tease out the roots like that, just a little bit of a tease around, and then we want him to go in that direction so they climb up the trellis. So I'll just pop him in there like that, or pop her in there like that. She is a female after all. And then I'll just move the soil, press the soil around. You do want a little bit of a lip around your bucket, and I'll explain why in a sec. So it's about a 3/4 of an inch gap between the lip of the bucket and the soil level. Now the reason for that is we are going to be watering from the bottom using these set at an angle. These again are pop bottles, 2 litre pop bottles with the bases cut off. Let me just see if I've got one to show you. Yeah, I have. With the base cut off. Lids on. Leave the lids on. And what you do is you put little holes in, drill little holes into it, so that when you fill these up with water, which we're going to be doing in a second, the water will leach out around the base of your plant. So just underneath there, the roots will then have to go and seek down. They'll have to go down and seek out the moisture, the water, below ground level. And then when we come to give them the liquid feeds, we'll be putting the liquid feeds around the top. So we're feeding from the top and we're watering from the bottom. So once a week, a liquid feed will be going in there with a comfrey feed, which we'll show you later on. There are videos on the channel about comfrey, making the comfrey liquid feed. That'll be going into the top, and the watering, which will be done every other day, will be 2 litres worth each side through these. Now the reason that the little pots are in the top there is so if a bumblebee comes in, it doesn't drown in the water. It's protected. It, you know, the water level's going to be below that, so we can crawl out. Unless it's particularly daft and decides he's going to crawl in through one of the bigger holes. But that's Darwinism for you, boys and girls. But it's just to help the insects. Okay. So I'll water them up now. Using my watering can. Exhibit A. And all you do is pour your water into there. Now, because this is the first time and the water is, the soil's dry, I'm going to do this probably twice. So they're getting a few litres of water. This is a 10 litre. What's up with that now? Have I not put any holes in that? I bet I've not put any holes in. Let me just check. That's better. It does help when you have actual holes in for the water to come out of, guys. Always favourite. But I'm going to carry on doing that and get them in there. Get the two watering bottles into there. I've got loads of them here, see, and they're only pop bottles. You know what I mean? Or even 2 litre water bottles or whatever. They're all kind of a standardish size. You only need to get the cheap ones, like. And that's how it works. And then as they grow up, we just tie them on to the trellis. So the cucumbers, although there are only 3 in there, those cucumber plants, hopefully, all being well, with the liquid feed, the comfy feed, will fill that trellis. I did 6 last year, but it was overplanted and I had problems, I had issues. But in here, they're going to have lots of elbow room. And we should get... I'm going for quality rather than overall quantity this year. And I'm going to be putting some chilli plants. 2 chilli plants either side of them. I'm going to move that potato plant. And put 2 chilli plants as well either side of those. Alright. Okay. Hope you like that, boys and girls. Yet again, I've got my fingers crossed we're going to get our IT issues sorted out shortly, so you can have some proper videos. But hopefully these will keep you entertained in the meantime. Alright, have a good week. I'll catch you later on, guys. I'll leave you with the cukes.